First and foremost, the groom, Mr. AidenSpeechesLOWREZ.
I wasn't really sure where to start with my speech, so I turned to the old faithful Google, and I spent a fair few hours trawling the web and found some really good stuff. But then I realised I was supposed to be writing a speech, so I had to concentrate. That's the laugh. When I eventually found out what the groom speech had to cover, I thought I've got it easy. Just stand up, say a few thank yous, tell everyone how lovely they look and sit back down again. But over the last couple of months I've been to a couple of weddings, one of which where the groom speech was pretty inspirational, and the other one where the groom told me it wasn't going to be funny, but he was, so so I appreciate that. So I decided I didn't want to cover all ground, so I've decided I won't be inspirational or funny. It's alright.
There you go, man.
So my wife has given me authority to speak on our behalf for the next couple of minutes. I'm going to make the most of it.
That's the first time. And the last time.
Right, so I'm obviously going to be running through a few thanks whilst we're going, so just everyone make sure they've got the glasses charged and that they'll join me when I'm doing the toasting bits and pieces. So first off, thanks to Brian. Brian's Andrea's dad. Not only did you have a hand in bringing my wonderful wife that's once right into the world, but you've been able to help me out with the sort of traditional man jobs at home. I'm not the kind of most manly of people and the last time Brian came around to help me out with the DIY job, I tried to help. It was rewiring a plug, and I got told to go back and carry on mowing the lawn, so it's a sod off. Also, a huge thanks to Christine, Andrea's mum. Andrea's mum's not able to be with us today. She's not very well. So there's cameras around and about videoing bits and pieces for her. So if we could all turn and just give Chris a wave. Say hello, Chris!
Hi, Mum. Hi, Mum. Hi, Mum.
Hi, Mum.
Both Chris and Brian have been fabulous at sort of helping us out and doing the planning and bits and pieces. So if you could all join me in a toast to Chris and Brian.
Chris and Brian!
Right, my mum and dad as well. Thanks, Dad, Steve, and Mum, Rachel. Thanks for all your help bringing me up and all that sort of stuff. Dad and Colleen, thanks for being the last-minute Roxy baby dog sitter. And Mum and Gary, thanks for having us round and making us feel so welcome and all the rest of that sort of stuff. And I've got a bunch of something.
A bunch of fives?
Mum, we've got a bunch of flowers for you to say thank you. So
Don't worry, I'm coming.
Andrea's sisters next. So Andrea's got two beautiful sisters, Alison, her twin, and Lisa. Lisa's going to be giving us a speech, family of the bride speech after this. So we've got some flowers for you as well, Lisa, but I'm not sure if I should hold on to them until I've heard yours. So thanks, Lisa. Thanks very much. And Alison, where are you? Oh, there you are, Alison. Alison made, I don't know if you've seen the cake downstairs, Alison's made the cake, so she's done all that herself, the flowers and everything, it's just incredible. So, Alison, thank you so much. The bridesmaids. There we go. Don't they look lovely? Special thanks as well to Daisy and Olivia, the beautiful flower girls. I know Lizzie, Andrea's maid of honour, did a cracking job sorting the hen and has helped out, and you know, Helen and all the rest of the girls have been fabulous. So a massive thank you to all of you girls. So please join me in a toast to the bridesmaids.
The bridesmaids!
Extra special thanks as well to Helen and Simon. They've made the trip all the way over here for this weekend from Hong Kong. So it's fabulous to see you guys. Thanks so much for having us.
Hong Kong!
Hong Kong! The rest, you got the rest of the list.
Right, there's an unwritten rule at weddings that no one should upstage the groom. So with that in mind, thanks very much to the groom's party and the ushers for, well, looking as you look. Particular thanks to Lav, who's been really supportive to me as my best man ever since we first met when we were living together in the bachelor pad. Especially over the last few months, Lav's had one hell of a few months to kind of get through, and he's been an absolute rock to me. So sorting out an incredible stag in Amsterdam. I'm not going to be invited back anytime soon. Also, a bit sensitive. Lav, don't mind me sharing, he's got a bit of a condition. He gets a bit carried away. He goes off into some weird flights of fancy and makes stories up. And he's absolutely convinced that they're true. So if you see that happening, just humour him, it'll pass. And he'll wander off again. So. And to you, our wonderful guests, friends, family, loved ones, thank you so much for making the trip here from wherever you've come. It's fabulous to see you all. We really appreciate it. Without you, it just wouldn't be the same. It would have been a fair bit cheaper, but obviously we really appreciate obviously all the generosity, the cards, the gifts, and all that sort of stuff. So I mean, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. We hope you enjoy the day as much as we enjoyed planning it. Well, I say we. Me. Also, can we just all say happy birthday to Kat? It's Kat's birthday today, so happy birthday to Kat. And also importantly, I'd like to extend our thoughts to everyone that couldn't be here with us today. So if you'd like to join me in a toast to absent family and friends.
Absent family and friends.
Keep going.
Right. And use the paper for this bit. So, finally, and most importantly, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife. Andrea and I met in 2007 when I joined Remploy as the new boy in the office. Yeah, I was pouncing. That was
I'm a little bit.
That was pounced.
It'd been a pretty tough year for me. I'd left the Air Force and I'd done some pretty weird jobs and bits and pieces, and really Andrea. Oh, hello. And Andrea was the thing that kind of fixed me. Andrea and I have lived together for a few years now, and I've learned some really valuable lessons. When I'm wrong, admit it, move on. And when I'm right, just keep quiet. We've also, our family has grown. And Roxy the poodle. Roxy couldn't be with us for today, but she sends her love. But seriously, Andrea's put an amazing amount of work into the organisation of today. I literally turned up this morning and asked to get things put in the right places. So you've done a fantastic job, sweetheart. You're the most beautiful person I've ever known, and made me happier than I ever knew I could be. I promise to do and spend the rest of my life trying to do the same for you. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please be upstanding and join me in a toast? My wonderful wife, Andrea.
Hardly better to get there than I do.
That's me finished, you'll be glad to know. I've got a few bits of Google left over from my initial bit of search, but I might save that for later. I'm going to hand over to Lisa now, who's going to do a family of the brides. So, Lisa.
As you can see, I'm not the father of the bride. And I just wanted to say a few brief words on behalf of our family today. And I wanted to talk about three things mainly. The first is to say welcome to everybody, and it's lovely to see you all. There's lots of people I don't know, lots of people I do know. And like Aiden said, there's someone that's not here today, and that's our mum, Christy. Sorry. But, I know she's with you, as she always says. I don't have to be there, I'm with you. And I just want to say a big cheers to our mum, Christine.
Christine!
So moving swiftly on to Andrea, Mary, Youngwood. Because I thought someone's got to talk about Andrea. And what's Andrea like? And I'm sure all of you know, or most of you will. And ever since she was a little girl, she's always been loud and bright, vivacious, centre of attention, life and soul of the party. But that's just what I think. And what I wanted to do was to find out from some of her nearest and dearest what they thought. And I set them a challenge. Can you sum Andrea Mary Youngman up in one word? And that was a bit of a challenge. And I think one person managed it. So there was a general theme, and that was a beauty. She's beautiful, inside and out, in brackets. She's beautiful, brackets, loud. But kind and generous and thoughtful. And I think there was one person that managed it in one word. And she's a very complex person. You do as you're told most of the time, otherwise you pay for it. Take note, Aiden. But I think overall, we all know Andrea. We love her dearly. She's an amazing person, and she's got amazing friends, and so many of them. And that brings me on to the third part of my speech. It's quite brief, and that's Aiden. So I knew Andrea had lots of lovely friends, but I don't think there was anyone special at the time. There was someone at the time, but no one special. Anyway, I came up to Birmingham one weekend with Daisy, and I said, "Oh, do you fancy coming over and meeting up?" And she said, "Oh, well, I would," but she said, "Oh, I really can't let my friend down again. I've arranged to meet him. I've arranged to meet him a couple of times now and had to rearrange, and I really don't want to let him down again." Okay. And so it transpired that this friend was a boy called Aiden. It was just a friend. Anyway, things gradually moved on, and eventually I got to meet him in the spring, the following year. What did I think of Aiden? Two things spring to mind.
You can't say no that now.
One. Henry, I know what you mean. Henry. So back to Aiden. Two things. One is modesty. And two, at the time, his hair. I could not believe the amount of time he must have to spend on his hairstyle. It has changed since. But no, seriously, I think we all think he's an amazing person. I was relieved when finally he got round to asking the question. You're an amazing brother-in-law to have, and a fabulous uncle for our children.
Oh no.
Andrew.
Laugh.
See how he said Andrew and not laugh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stand behind you both so I don't have to look you in the eye.
Right. Said stand.
Yeah, I am standing, but we'll get to that bit. It's further down the speech, actually. Now, you're going to like this little bit of trivia. Apparently, the continents of Europe and America are moving towards each other at a very slow rate of 5 centimetres a year. As you'd agree, this is very slow progress. Scientists have actually created a scale to measure these things, and it's known as the AidenAndySpeechesLOWREZ scale. This is based on the time that it's taken him to make an honest woman of Andrea. I hope you're enjoying this wonderful day. I'm sure you all agree it's absolutely spectacular. Weather, location. I was amazed this morning when I walked down. I didn't expect this at all. It was really wonderful. Unfortunately, every silver lining has a cloud, and I'm here. It's already been done, but I would like, again, first of all, I'd like to raise a toast to all our absent friends. So if everyone could be upstanding. Absent friends, people.
Absent friends.
Okay, you can sit down, I can't see anyone. Well, what a day. I'd just like to say what a fantastic job the bridesmaids have done today. I'm sure you'll all agree they look absolutely beautiful. And they've done a fantastic job of getting Andrea here. Now, it says here on time, but they're 5 minutes late. We'll let that slide.
Thanks, love.
Unfortunately, they've all been outshone by one person. I know you'll all agree that Andrea looks... Not you, Andrea.
Nice try.
You third to me.
Modest.
Third to me. Not modest. I know you'll all agree that she looks absolutely stunning. And Aiden is punching the well above his weight. As well as everyone else's. All best man guidelines tell you that you should not mention the bride in any precarious situations.
Oh no!
That you might have had the pleasure of seeing him in. Lucky for me, I had never seen Andrea in any of the aforementioned situations, nor have I found her in a delicate situation at 4:20 a.m. on the 17th of October, 2009. If I had, all would have been revealed. Andrea, you're an absolute beauty. Congratulations. Right, enough with the lovey-dovey stuff. Mr. Sims, for those, I'll introduce myself now. For those of you who have not met me or had the displeasure of meeting me, I'm Andrew, Larvin, or just plain Larv. Best man. If I'm the best man, surely Andrew is marrying someone else. I cannot express the pride and honour it was to accept Aiden's invite to be his best man. We've probably been through the lot in the past 15 years. And when he asked me, knowing he could never get me back, I had no reservations in accepting. Now Aiden's given me a list of the following items I cannot mention. The first one was, please do not mention how I bribed the girl into snogging me in Magaluf.
Which year?
What? Not the one recent. Ben can vouch for that. Do not mention. Second one. Do not mention actually how much I spend on my computer. The third one was. Do not expose that the empty file on my computer is in fact not an empty file. And lastly, do not mention a cat. I'm not sure what he's going on about there. So with all the above, let's go. I went to school with Aiden. While the first part of our schooling life, we were never much in contact, and we didn't have any classes together. I knew who Aiden Sims was. Like all teenagers, we were just trying to get our heads down and get our way through the early years. We all failed at this, some more rather spectacularly than others. I was short and ginger. Ben, can you be upstanding? Ben?
He won't do it, he won't do it.
Ben was ginger and shorter. James, where's James? James was known as Richie Rich at school and somehow managed to dye the front of his hair blonde by applying too much Oxy spot cream to his forehead. Tom, stand up. Tom looked like a 3-year-old walking through a shopping centre with no parents. Lee, stand up. Lee was desperately trying to conceal the biggest penis in school while wearing what can only be described as a lycra slacks his mum bought. Then there was Aiden. Poor Aiden. Like all of us in school, we all had the spots and everything else, you know, except Tom, who will hit puberty in about the next 18 months. But we all had our masks. Me and Ben were ginger, got away with it. Worms with his blonde quiff, got away with it. Lee and his pet got away with it. Aiden didn't. Aiden decided to let it all hang out. What can only be described as the best buzz cut since Black Hawk Down. Not only that, he also managed to get himself a girlfriend that every lad in the school we called David Beckham. Check the David Beckham light, you know, like that. Very short. I had longer haircuts than them. Aiden's had longer haircuts than them. But I really started to get to know Aiden, you know, in our later teens at school. And when I started university and he was waiting to go into RAF. Like all teens. Like all teens, you know, you get into your late teenage years and you start remodelling yourself. And how did we do that all right? We put 20 quid in our pocket, put our dad's best shirt on and head down to Rose's, the place to be. This is where Aiden, who we know today, was born. It was also where Aiden was given the first of his first 2 nicknames. One was Darcy Tyler, the other one was Licky Licky Brown-Nose. Right, if you don't know who Darcy Tyler is, he's a character from Neighbours. No, he's more than a character. He was Aiden's idol. Darcy was Susan Kennedy's nephew, a doctor, known by all, and a womaniser. Now, how can sweet and innocent Aiden Sims turn into a teenage womaniser, you ask? Well, let me tell you. About the same time that we started to go out in the big bright world, coincided with a technology boom, mobiles were born. Now, Darcy here was a very clever boy. He didn't go what with everyone else had. Sort of went a bit left field. Now, everyone else had, like, you know, you remember the old Nokia 15110s. Not Aiden, not Darcy. Anyone can have, like, a mobile phone that you can take the cover off and, you know, the aerial that lights up. No, he just goes completely left field with this one. And managed somehow to bribe Tom into buying him a £145 Nokia phone covered in fur.
It's a good phone.
You could just imagine the guy that designed it at Nokia going, I told you they'd sell one of them. And this was his pulling technique. we'd get into Rosie's, he'd whip out his furry phone, and what would happen? Girls would be like, oh, I don't like girls with anything that's furry, I don't want to stroke that. And the next thing would be like, well, hey, why don't you just, have a look at it and put your phone number into it? And before you know it, a date was set up down Costa Coffee in Sutton. Now you could imagine him, couldn't you? This young lad, watching Neighbours, watching Darcy Tyler, then strolling down to the Sutton Parade for a coffee with a bird that he'd pulled the night before, thinking it was his own little Lassiter's complex. All I can say is I hope I haven't given too many trade secrets away, and I hope Andrew hasn't fallen for the same slick move.
Fairy phone? No.
However, he was pounced on apparently, so. I got to know Aiden even more when we started going on holidays together, and while I was living in Selly Oak at university. You would think Aiden was the sort of person who could handle his beer. Aiden is not the sort of person that can handle his beer. Unfortunately, for me, I got far too friendly with Aiden after too much beer. Aiden used to crash on the floor at my university. We'd been to a birthday party of Aiden's, Bar Risa, 4th Street, standard. Where you can get reef for £1 and do all the races that you want. Really good night. It was a really, really good night. We even made it to McDonald's after, where Tom decided to throw a milkshake over a girl. we went back to Selly Oak and went to bed. What happened next, I'm not proud of. I woke up about 5 a.m. Aiden was crashing around my room in the white Duncan Straight. Duncan Straight. Do you want some water?
Do you want some water, honey?
Bit of cotton mouth, don't worry about it. So I woke up at 5 a.m. Aiden was crashing around my room. Then silence. The sort of silence you become very aware of, very worried about. Then a faint sound of.
I love
The pitter patter of water. I turn on the light, and Aiden's doing. And then as calm as you like, lay back down, went to sleep. I sat there in an absolute drunken shock. My bed was covered in piss. I'm sorry, Andy. Sorry, guys. What goes next is the reason I'm not very proud of it. I crawled into the fetal position and went back to sleep. Right. Holidays were extra special with Aiden, because alter ego Darcy Tyler would come out into full mode, and the licky brown nose technique would be laid down. Our first holiday together was 19, Balaraki. Aiden started seeing some bird whose name escapes me before we went to bed. Aiden, are you going to pull on this holiday? No was the response. The bets were laid down because of a faith of a few friends. 18 hours into the into the holiday. 3 sex on the beach, licky brown nose and hit overdrive. First bar, game over. The following afternoon probably, over a nice ham and cheese toastie, the questions were asked. Did you snog that bird last night? No was the answer. This went on for 20 minutes. When he was put down on the line, Aiden finally comes out with, I didn't pull her, she pulled me.
Go on.
She did.
Another great holiday was Gran Canaria. Another highlight of mine was Aiden. Not only was it for the venue for the best prank we've ever pulled on him, but it was also the best chat line delivered by a man ever. We had met some girls around the pool. Tom and Aiden were playing the aeroplane game in the top pool. Now, if anyone that doesn't know what the aeroplane game is, it's basically the airplane's crashed in the sea, see how long you can tread the water, see how many times you can splash Tom before Tom quits. And then basically Tom throws a massive hissy fit. So anyway, we were in the bottom pool, talking to some girls. Sorry, I've lost myself slightly. Oh right, yeah, okay. So anyway, we're talking to some girls in the bottom pool. Aiden and Tom come back into the pool, jump into the pool, and Aiden gets out of the pool, whips his hair to one side, looks at this girl and goes, "Oh my God, you look like Kirsten Dunst in them sunglasses." Is that true? That's true. If he comes out with one-liners like that, I can't imagine some of the beauties he comes out with to Andrea. The prank that we'd played on him whilst in Gran Canaria, we'd obviously found out that Aiden had a problem when he was extremely drunk, weeing himself. One night, Aiden had taken himself back early, having far too much drink, and me and Ben turn up, look at each other, and somehow just only know what to do next. We get 2 glasses out of the kitchen cabinet, fill one with water, the other's empty. We then go into the bedroom where Aiden is lying and slowly pour one glass into the other, very slowly. Right next to Aiden's ear.
That's horrible.
This is something that Aiden's actually know about because he doesn't remember, but... So we're just like pouring, and then we're like trying to nudge him, going, "Do you need to go to the toilet? Do you need to go to the toilet?" When Aiden did finally jump up and realise he was about to wee, being good friends that we are, we led him straight to the toilet. What we hadn't told him, that we'd opened McNair's suitcase in the middle of the doorway and told him, "This is the toilet."
I'm technically not responsible for that.
The suitcase got duly filled. I think that's the worst of it now, mate. On the home straight. After that, Aiden spent some time away from us as he went to the RAF. But we'd always be in contact, and we would often return home for special occasions, wouldn't you? Where you could relive our teens and roses. Unfortunately, this was where the death of Darcy Tyler came. No longer would he try and eyeball girls from a distance. Whilst queuing outside Roses one night...
This isn't even true.
You would think being in the RAF, Aiden would have excellent eyesight. Aiden does not have excellent eyesight. The comment, "Hotties walking down the hill," will haunt Aiden forever. Oh, they were hotties, all right. However, in his old age, he'd forgotten he had a younger sister. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Erin Sims. I say no more. It sort of went a bit like, "Aiden, is that your sister?" No. Yes, it is. It got slightly sort of masked over as Wormsley saw who was playing at the weekend at Roses, and somehow managed to get DJ Luck and McNeat called DJ Luck and MC Neat, maybe, James? McNeat. During Aiden's time away with the RAF, he was sorely missed by his friends. You know, I knew from an early age that his life ambition was to become a pilot, and I was extremely gutted for him the day his dream was cut short. I knew that we'd have to rally around him when he returned home, and I know that we did that, and it's a testament to the man that you see before you today, that we were all standing next to him in his time of need. Someone once told me that everything happens for a reason. However unfair it may seem, good does come out of bad. All I can say, mate, is maybe it was just the way it was supposed to be. Because, in all fairness, I've never seen you happier, I've never seen you smile so much. You know, and you've got an absolute beautiful bride, and I don't think you would have got that in Scotland. Not only have you married your best friend, you've married your soulmate. And on top of that, you managed to con me into buying a flat that I lost all my blooming savings on. I had a great time living with Aiden. I really did. We were going to live the dream. And then somehow I managed to find a girlfriend within the first month of moving in together. And now we're both married. Weird, eh? So, no bachelors. Last one. Just like to point out to Tom, I've not messed up once, have I? Yeah, like that. Okay, thank you. Tom's been giving me grief all day, saying, the minute you let cook up, I'm going to laugh at you. So I think that's enough from me then. I would like to thank you, and I love the fact that you asked me to perform this great honour. I know that you'll have a lifetime of happiness together, and I would like to leave you some words of wisdom for my 2 months, 17 days, 5 hours, and 22 minutes of marital bliss.
Counting.
Aiden, how to treat Andrea. Compliment her, cuddle her, kiss her, care for her, love her, comfort her, protect her, hold her, spend money on her, wine her, dine her, stand by her, go to the ends of the earth for her. And for Andrea, I've got a few words for you as well. It's just one little piece of advice. Turn up naked with a large Domino's pizza. I absolutely love you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the beautiful Mr. and Mrs. Sims.
Mr. and Mrs. Sims! Congratulations.
Thank you, love. For love.
You can relive your past.